Right? You ready for the bike and the prizes? Okay. Thanks again for coming out today. You know, we raised over $55,000 here this year. $55,000. $55 and $16 actually.
So Doug, from Kitchener Harley, first of all, just congratulations on upping the ante here at you know, the MS Ride for Freedom. It's got to make you feel good to see somebody that likes Harleys win it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just only that. It's my wife happens to have MS as well, so we support the MS Society as well as anybody with MS, right?
Well, that is certainly another driver in it, but you know, that makes it even more special. And hopefully there'll be, and there are. I mean, Freedom 55 has been a great partner as well. But you know, I know the MS Society just thanks Kitchener Harley for really being great community stewards.
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. So, Alex. MS of Kitchener-Waterloo has helped you in your life?
Well, I wouldn't say MS helped me, but the MS Society has helped lots, yeah.
Yeah.
They just, like, when the whole thing happened, it happened so fast. It was terrifying. Like, I thought I was dying. I really didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what MS included.
So you have MS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, a couple of years ago, before the chemotherapy program, like, I was almost ready to get one of those walkers,
yeah,
like one of those geriatric walkers, because like I could barely stand. And
how old are you?
I just turned 30 this March, so 30 years old.
Wow. So
the whole thing started with my left eye going dim in 2005, and then from there it went to tingling in my hands, and then it was like bladder control issues, and then it was just like took off. Like my legs, spasticity, they're shaking, they're kicking, I can't stand up, I got no strength, you know, I got no balance. Like I said, I used to be an electrician, trying to go up the ladder, impossible. You know, like I'm holding the ladder on for dear life. It was terrifying. So I took the first voluntary layoff possible, went on my EI, and
so
that's that.
How long were you suspicious that you had something? What was the time frame between when you noticed something was different and when it was actually diagnosed as MS?
I first started to notice vision problems, and I had originally attributed it to getting an eye toke, because I was a cigarette smoker at the time.
Yeah.
And I used to get smoke in my left eye.
Yeah.
And so when my vision started to go down, this was what helped me quit smoking. I've been off the cigarettes now for 7 years. But I was a manager of Blockbuster 2005, I think, is as far back as it goes, and this all like just trickled down effect. It all started with vision in my left eye.
Wow.
And then it went into the right eye, and then like weird sensations all over my body, and then control problems like standing, strength, plumbing. Just everything. Because everything just went out the window. And like, it's been years now since I started the chemotherapy program, and I am doing much better.
So, you know, normally people think that chemotherapy is for cancer, but it's also an effective treatment for MS.
Yes. What the active chemical is called cyclophosphamide. And what it does is it aggressively kills any rapidly reproducing cells. So there's hair loss.
Yeah.
For men, there's like sperm loss, but it comes back after the program is finished.
Yeah.
For the ladies, they advise them if they haven't had children yet, they should put their eggs on ice before they start, because it will kill the eggs. And it also kills off your white blood cells. And that's what it's like. There's some suspicion about autoimmune malfunction and everything else, blood-brain barrier. So the killer attack immunity cells are aggressively attacking like myelin coating on the nerve cells themselves, and it just causes like communication between your brain and your body, just sends it all to hell. So what the cyclo does is it takes your immunity down. So I have to be very careful. For at least more than 12 days, I'm homebound. And then after the 12 days, my immune system has come back enough that I can go out in public, but just don't hang around with sick people.
Yeah.
And so that's it. The whole premise of the program is just to take your immunity levels
Yes.
down. And the rest you'd have to ask the doctors.
Yeah.
But the recovery is brutal. Oh,
I bet.
chemo is not fun.
No. So basically, some of the proceeds from, I guess you're a believer certainly that the proceeds from rides like this and this kind of community corporate sponsorship are really important.
Yeah. Just like I tried to mention it in my speech, it's like when this all happened, it came at me so fast and so aggressively, and I thought I was dying. And the MS Society has been there to sort of hold my hand and sort of tell me what's happening, what to expect, and I'm not the first and only person this has happened to. And then also like information that I can use to readjust and adapt, and also like people to talk to. And like they help bring us together too. Like there's been barbecues where just the other MS sufferers come together and just sort of just chat, you know, because it's awkward. I hang out with my friends and it's like they don't understand, and I don't want them to. Like I would be really happy if they never understood, because that means they never had to deal with this. But at the same time, it is nice to be able to be connected. Like you can't just go on Google and be like, I'm looking for people that have MS, so I have somebody.
Well, you can. I mean, that's the amazing thing about technology. But it's good that friends know, because that's what makes them friends.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like the center of the hub.
In fact, even just an acquaintance, when you have something now, you are empowered in your own right, and you can help others. And I guess that's what things like this are about, is that you come together, you meet people, and then you end up meeting other people that you never would have met.
Yeah.
And I guess it really depends on how you value that. And I think, you know something, to me, when I first saw, when I first heard you talk 20 minutes ago, I was saying, oh my God, whatever. Now, after talking with you, I think, you know, hey, this is a terrible thing to be going through, but boy, you do have opportunities and options that you didn't even think about before.
I try to be optimistic. Like, my personal philosophy, and I got this, I forget where I got it from, I feel bad not being able to give credit to it, but optimism and hope are much better than fear. That's kind of the way I try to live my life.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, for years, I was just terrified. I thought I was dying, I thought it was, like, everything was over, you know, but now, hope is much better than fear.
Yeah. Sounds like that last motorcycle that had some mechanical issues is about to take off over there, but there they go. They've got some catching up to do, but I think they better not drive too fast. What do you think?
Drive safe, man. Yeah, they say it's a really twisty route. I don't know.
So moving forward, how do you see your life? I mean, how do you think about life? Like, you're 30.
I've had to become very aware and aggressive about money management. I'm getting really good at it. I'm thinking of pursuing a career as a cost accountancy. My fiance and I are getting married September 8th, so that's like 2-3 weekends from now.
Yeah.
Everything has been very prepared. The family is very supportive. They like full transparency. They understand. You know, I keep them aware of what's going on. So like when I get in the car, for example, we get those long trips, I always make sure to not have anything to drink, because I'm gonna be asking them to pull over, you know, and they understand. You know, it used to be a real issue, but everybody knows and they understand, and it's all, you don't have to make a big deal out of it.
And at least though, if you did have to pull over and stand at the side of the road with now you say you have reduced vision, you're less likely to feel embarrassed, or they'll say, hey, there's that guy taking a pee on the side of the road, or no,
well, you know,
there's that guy with MS taking a pee, and he should be able to.
Exposure. I don't want to do indecent exposure.
No.
It's like,
hey,
I have used these. I've
coffee
peed in a cup. And
who hasn't?
We were stuck in downtown Toronto 401 gridlock. There was nowhere to go.
Yep.
You can't get out and go to the side of the road at that point. So.
No.
Like there's been some very difficult and embarrassing moments, but my family has always been there for me, and my friends and my fiance, and we just take it as it goes. Just roll with the punches.
You don't strike me as somebody who is going to let this get you down. And even though I bet you were one of those.
Down for a long time.
But you don't, like right now. When I ask you how you look at life, you've got a fiance. You're looking forward to whatever you can do, and you'll probably be more productive than most humans because people don't learn about opportunities until it's too late. But you have learned at a very young age that you will get out of life what you put into it.
Yeah, I come from a hard spot family. Neither of my parents are very well educated. I think maybe my mom finished high school, and she's gone for other courses. But otherwise, like my dad, for most of his life was a drywaller. Yeah. Which is not exactly a difficult. It's physically hard, but it's not complicated trade number-wise. And so I worked with him, and my mom's been a cook her whole life. Yeah. So, it's just, I want out of that rut. Yeah. I'm trying to crawl out of it, and my family are just really supportive people, so they can't help me other than just supporting, encouraging and stuff like that. So.
Well, thanks for sharing some of your life, and I'm glad I met you here, and I'm sure that just your the comfort level that you have developed, however uncomfortable your life is, it will translate to other people.
I try to make sure that people understand and are aware. Like, it's terrifying. It's horrifying. I really thought I was dying. Yeah. I was about ready to give everybody my final goodbyes. Yeah. And like the MS Society and my family and the people, my doctors, my neurologists, like, I gotta give, for the record, I gotta give a cheers out to Patty Mandafino, Dr. Patty Mandafino, which is absolutely amazing. Cool. It's been very helpful, very supportive, and just turned my life around.
Thanks so much.
Oh, wind is blowing me over.
It won't. So, Susan, here we are. This is the third year. I can't believe the time just blows by. But, Freedom Ride to End MS. This year, a brand new Harley-Davidson as a prize. Wow, what a how cool is that?
Pretty amazing that Kitchener Harley-Davidson stepped up and offered us that prize. That's an amazing sponsorship, and I know it's attracted a lot of riders to the event.
Well, it's something else, and of course, Freedom 55 is once again behind the event, and given their big check there that I took a picture of a few minutes ago. That's tremendous. Like, in 3 years, you've really done well, because there's been people who've been around for 10 or more years and still haven't had the corporate sponsorship, which is so necessary to make these events successful.
Our co-chairs, John Emmerich and Michael Brewitt, are the two connections to the corporate sponsorships. And one of our new volunteers, our Carrie Builders. Carrie Builders is a new sponsor this year, so we're really excited about that. Boston Pizza is new on board this year. Cool. Very excited about that. But it takes, John Emmerich knows people in this community, and they want to support John, so that's great. And Freedom 55 Financial is Michael's connection, because he's an independent businessman with Freedom 55 Financial.
And we just
and they've been awesome, and they're already talking about our 5th year anniversary and how they want to provide us a little more for that.
Yeah. So but you learn something every year, and the amount of bikes that I videotaped roaring out of here, it was just great. But they're all, I don't know what it is about biking, like bikers, and I think there is a certain sense of freedom.
Yeah. And I'm not a motorcycle rider myself. Not that I wouldn't like to be, but my mother discouraged it when I was growing up and never got around to it again.
Good for your mother.
However, My mother's not with us, God love her, and so maybe next year, who knows? But I
Yeah.
don't know if they are devoted and dedicated not only to the sport of motorcycle riding, but also to the brand of motorcycle that they ride.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And there were among many brands here today, but certainly Kitchener Harley-Davidson has really upped the ante and in a huge way.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, ultimately, that I think humans respond well to a challenge. And then of course this year, I met Alex McNabb, and what an amazing person he is, and a really. It really shows the importance. I mean, that he is living flesh and positiveness.
Yes.
Of what the proceeds can
Alex
do.
is the poster boy for what the MS Society does with our support and information services locally. He was down and out. He was beaten up by an illness that was unpredictable, and he was at the prime of his life, ready for get himself moving, and this hit him, and he found us, which for two reasons is really good for him. He's a man, and men, we have a lot fewer men that come looking for support services than women.
Right.
And also just the fact that he has MS, he's already struggling with life, trying to get around the
Sure.
community. So he got there, he found us, we were able to give him lots of information, lots of support, lots of connections to other people living with MS, so he didn't feel so alone
Yeah.
anymore, and he's just awesome.
He's a riot.
And
I mean,
as is so many of the people that we work with, just amazing and wonderful people. They keep smiling every day.
and boy, I tell you, when he described, and I didn't know that chemotherapy was also a strategy for MS, but he just talked about it like he was talking about anything else.
Yeah. I went and had a wart removed.
Yeah.
No, after the chemo treatment.
Yeah.
No, Alex is a very brave,
Yeah.
very brave young man, and he doesn't shun any treatment that's suggested by his medical team that will help him out.
Yeah.
Lots of people they're nervous about things. And you can imagine
Sure.
the nerves that would accompany
Yeah.
the suggestion of chemo when everybody knows what poor people with cancer go through with chemo.
Yeah.
So he's a great
Yeah.
kid.
Look at, I'm really looking forward to next year, and the year after. But it's all of you and your volunteers. They're amazing, and just good luck with.
We had over 40 volunteers here today. I can't tell you how much. We couldn't have done it without the volunteers. You know that. You know the volunteers are the heartstrings of the whole
Absolutely.
organization. They are awesome and fabulous, and they're getting ready to set up lunch. So we're going to have some fabulous lunches sponsored by a whole array of Martin's Family Fruit Farm, Zares,
Cool.
Frito-Lay. We have potato chips this year for the
Yay.
first time, and Maple Lodge with their wonderful, and Grain Harvest with their wonderful buns. So it's awesome. Oh, and there's a Mercedes just pulled in.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the classic cars are arriving.
Oh, wow.
Very exciting.
Hey, take care. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Thomas.